Hello and welcome to your weekend oracle reading for August 10th and 11th, 2019. I'm Linda the Lightworker, and thank you for being here and joining me today. First, I want to thank you for all your birthday wishes and your understanding while I went into the wilderness. Sometimes I need to do that. Actually, I need to do it a lot more often than I am doing it. I've been a little caught up in the busy world of working, and I was able to, those shootings really impacted me because I could feel these souls that were lost. So it was my job, since they were calling to me, I helped them cross over. There are still a few souls from these shootings that are hanging around, but they're doing it for their family's sake. So I feel all who were lost and wanted to go towards light, I was able to help them, escort them along. And the other thing I did for my birthday, first of all, I went to one of my favorite places on earth called Ojo Caliente, which is a mineral bath and spa, and soaked in so many incredible waters, and was able to realign a lot of my imbalance. And for my actual birthday, I had a very powerful, incredible experience. And one of the shaman who I've studied with, and maybe most of you know, but maybe you don't know, I've been studying with Native American shaman and with shaman from around the world since the mid-1990s. And John Two Birds was my primary shaman who I first apprenticed with. And then I was able to learn so many things from another Mayan shaman in Seattle. And of course I worked a long time with Beaver Chief as song carrier and carrying drum. Also Johnny Moses, who's storyteller. And of course, Two Bird, after he passed, started coming to me more frequently and more regularly in dream state or in meditation state. And then in 2014, I met Ruben, who is a Mayan shaman here in the Taos area, actually north of where I am. I'm in Santa Fe. And I've been doing some work with him I've been doing intensive work with him, amazing things with him since the beginning of this year, although we've known each other a long time, and we've been in sacred ceremony together. So for my birthday, when he invited me up for a visit, which is a 2.5-hour drive, which I was delighted to do, and I was gifted this amazing, it's called, I have to look at myself in the view, so forgive me, but it's called, this is called a shaman's purse. And inside it has this inlay of obsidian and coral. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, and there's also another secret compartment in here. So it was made by a Navajo man who brought it to a friend of mine whom I've never met. And he said it was a gift for me. And so she gave me this gift, which was wonderful. And I showed it to Ruben, my Mayan shaman brother, I'll call him, in Taos, and he was explaining to me how this is a year of serpent for me. And it's a shedding of my old skins to be able to really step into my true work and living back on cosmic time rather than being so caught up in this busy body world. And it was powerful because as he mentioned that, what he didn't know is that I've been gifted this, and these are fangs inside of here, symboling the year of the serpent for me. And then he had invited 2 Pueblo elders to his property to sit and visit with us. And it was there that I was told many stories of the Pueblo people and activities that are happening on their land and things that have happened to their brothers, the Anasazi, and other members of their tribe. Anyway, so I've been gifted these stories that I've been told it's my responsibility to tell. So I'm working on those stories. I don't really have anything to work on. I just need to tell. I'm not sure how and when those stories will come out. So anyway, it was from there I went onto the spa and just soaked in camp. So it was really a powerful, beautiful birthday for me, and I really feel as if it is part of me stepping into my true calling, which is doing this kind of work. And I do believe the videos are helping. So as I'm just sharing this information with you before we jump into today's cards, um, I I am reminded of all the gifts that we have and how we're able to share them. And I was completely not expecting this gift from the Pueblo. So I will let you know. Discernment. I'll let you know when it's time for me to tell the stories. But in the meantime, let's jump into my cards. Your cards, our cards for the weekend. All right. So, all right, the first card we have today is this powerful 8 of discs. Now, we've had this card before, and this card is all about working on your craft, working in community. You know, it's a great weekend for you to express yourself creatively. If you have, and even as I'm hearing this message with you, Spirit's saying, get out the paints, start doing something bigger than cooking. I'm hearing that's a message for me. But to start painting, or to, what is your craft? Do you work in clay? Do you write songs? Are you knitting? Are you crocheting? Are you working on Christmas gifts for people? Now, this is a great weekend to hone your craft, enjoy it. And if there are others that you know who work in the similar crafts that you do, it's a great time to get together and collaborate. Or sometimes, even if we're painting or if we're working on something, if we are painting together at the same time, it can be very uplifting. It can be a lot of fun, and it can move a lot of energy. So Spirit's saying this is a great weekend for you to do that. And then when I went for a little bit more clarity in the Denis Linn Gateway deck, I got 2 cards. First, this sharing, what's it say? Sharing of yourself. And the message on the card says, I am an incredibly generous being. I am an incredibly generous being. And I'm listening. Okay, Spirit's saying that, okay, I don't know if I'll say all that. Spirit says that there are many people who are hiding, right? Hiding these gifts they have. If you've been watching my channel a while, I know that you are highly intuitive and that you are involved in your spiritual practice or your spiritual gifts, or you believe in this energy that is moving from beyond. So, so be generous with yourself. When it says sharing of yourself, remember, okay, to bubble up. I know people are saying, what's bubble up? I don't know what that means. Well, that means make sure you've taken care of your needs first, that you are satisfied, that you're fed, that you're rested, that you have had enough water. You know, as hot as it's been here, I still don't think I'm drinking enough water. But that you are nourished, that you are receiving that nourishment that you need first before you start sharing with others. So remember to take care of yourself first. And for people who are like me, and maybe you are too codependent or a caregiver by nature, or I mean, I'm a nurturer by nature, and so this has been a very powerful lesson for me to learn to care for myself for before I start sharing with others. So this is a powerful lesson. So pay attention to that. And then the companion card we got is this cultivating prosperity. So the message here is the abundance of the universe is pouring into my life. Listen, I have to tell you, I feel this abundance of the universe pouring in, and I have been turning over a lot of the anxiety that I typically felt in the busy world to spirit, especially with, for me, like I need some extensive dental work done, and I was freaking out about all that and the cost of it all. And then spirit showed up with another solution right away. And I was freaking out about my car, and then my car got fixed very easily, and I was freaking out about just things, and spirit just shows up with, hey, what are you freaking out for? You've got this. Here's your gift. So for me, it really is just calming that inner 2-year-old that takes over of anxiety, and then turn it to spirit, and then allow the solutions to flow in. And it's so funny because the card that we got, that's part of the cultivating prosperity, is trusting that those seeds that you have planted are growing. And you know, sometimes we eat baby vegetables that are just so delicious. We had I had some baby carrots up at Ojo Caliente that were so good. And it was just, sometimes we got to eat that little fruits and vegetables that come up from our garden early. So there is prosperity all around you. It's here, it's happening. Enjoy it. And then, so I went to my Divine Action card deck, and the message I received here is appreciate the journey. So if you're going through a little bit of a wiggly spot, remember that it is just one piece of your journey. One day, my father used to say all the time, easy does it, you know, one day at a time. He was big in AA, huge, as I like to say, 6'5". He was a giant man. Anyway, appreciating the journey all along the way is something that we can do every day, just by appreciating this time, the time we're here together. And a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes energetically. And I am not sure how I'm going to share all this information. I don't know if I'll do it on this channel, or if I'll start a new channel, or if I'll start posting other videos on this channel as I'm requested to share this information. So anyway, thank you so much for being here with me. I know we're going to have a spectacular weekend. It's going to be lovely. So relax, get out your paints, your arts and crafts, paint, do something that brings you joy in a creative way. And I look forward to seeing you next time.